Hey guys, Anthony Santo here from myrecordinginternship.com. I want to talk to you today about getting records together and how you can streamline things. Because when you're a record producer, you're in charge of getting things done properly and on time and on budget. So there's a lot you need to know in order to do that. I'm just going to go over just a few things and we can expand off of this in the future. Now, number one, we want to go ahead and batch work. Batch work is really, really simple to understand. Say that we're going to do pre-production or track drums or track guitar. The easiest way to do that is to do it on all the songs at the same time. So if you're going to do, say, drums, and you have a full-length record, a 10-song record, and you want to start with your drums, you do drums on all 10 songs. That's the best way to batch work. Otherwise, you do drums in a song. You tune up those drums, you get them going, they sound good finally, you record drums, and then you move on to the next instrument, you break it down, onto the next instrument, you get a tone on bass or guitar or whatever. You spend so much time just getting tones. That's not good for batch working. And in the past, I would actually advocate, hey, yeah, maybe you want to throw in different drum sets, you might want to get in different sounds, but we're running in a different world right now where things need to be put out quicker. There needs to be quicker turnaround. Artists need to put out more music in less amount of time. Content is king now. So you need to go ahead and figure out how to give them as much content for the cheapest amount of money, which means the cheapest amount of, the least amount of time in the studio will be the cheapest amount of money to an artist. So as a producer, this is part of your job. Start figuring out, hey, we're going to batch work like crazy. Other thing, in pre-production, that's when you start and you work on the song structures, the arrangements, how they lift, how they build, everything like that. You start really understanding the songs that you're working with. You're going to need to identify issues. Because if you identify issues then, and this goes back to, should producers fire people from records or so on. But if you identify, hey, this guitar player really doesn't get this part. Or, this drummer, this fill that he's doing, he doesn't have yet. It's your job to point it out and go, hey, fix this. We're starting, in 2 days, play this fill over and over until it's good because it needs to be good on the record. You could really speed things up that way rather than listen and go, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. You really can't get that part. I guess we'll save that to the end and work our asses off on it. It's not the way to go. Get to the point. Get to the point where they understand where their flaws are. That's part of pre-production. It's part of showing them what's right and wrong about their music is what they could play and what they can't play. So make it a point to go ahead and do those two things. You want to batch your work. And you want to batch almost everything. There's a few things where you could get away without batching. Maybe like vocal edits, something like that. Because you could do a few vocal edits and while they're at lunch or at dinner or something, you could start a few vocal edits. And it's not going to slow you down to stop vocal edits and move on and maybe track more vocals. So, think about what you're batching. You don't need to do it with everything. It doesn't make sense to. But you need to batch major things, especially when you're getting tones. So doing those few things are really, really going to make you go from, wow, we don't have enough time to do 10 songs in this amount of days within their budget, to we're going to knock this out. Everybody's going to play well, and we're making a kick-ass record. So that's my advice on making sure that you're ready to produce a record and the band is ready to do it and that you get it done on time and on budget. All right, thanks for being with me on this one. Please like, subscribe on YouTube, share on Facebook and so on, all social media, and we will talk again soon.